And welcome back, Home Wizards, where we love to help improve your home and improve your life and have some fun. Why not? Cindy Dole here.
I'm Eric Stormer. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm looking at Philip Cohn's website, and it's just gorgeous
Okay,
stuff.
so let's tell you what the website is. It's a little tricky, and we'll put the link on our site. It's web.me.com/Philip W. Cohen.
Yeah.
Philip, you need it easier.
Yeah, we got to get you something shorter. What are you doing?
I think it should be just like theguy.com.
Yeah.
That'll work. But anyway,
it would be an easier website name if it were the anti-disestablishmentarianism.com. I mean, it's like, come on, Philip, get it together.
I'm not a graffiti artist.
web.me.com/Philip W. Cohen.
But seriously, beautiful stuff. I wish I could have you in my home to help me with
He's
it.
the mural
Please.
guy. And
Sure.
when you see the Pasadena Showcase House, which, by the way, you can see on us if you call on in today, we're naming 5 winners at the end of the show. 888-539-2980. 888-539-2980 is the number to call. We'll randomly pick 5 of you to go. You'll see this little telephone room. And who knew? And Philip Cohen did his artwork by painting. And what kind of paintbrushes do you use when you're doing all this?
I use all kinds of paintbrushes, but one of my favorite is 00. Teeny, teeny, tiny.
So that's for all the detail stuff.
All
yeah.
the detail.
Yeah.
If you go in the room, because you're sitting there, I made the castle so detailed. It's like every little architectural detail. If you can get a magnifying glass.
Sure.
And look.
And for those who are just joining us, the castle is in Spain, Segovia, Spain.
Yes.
Where all of our relatives live.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
we see in the summer.
Yes.
You know?
Now, will I be able to see the castle just based on the fact that I'm wearing my mother's reading glasses, plus I need a magnifying glass? Is it possible for me to see this tiny
you
little
can
castle?
stand in the distance. You can still
You can?
tell
Okay, all
that
right.
this is detailed.
It
Wow.
really is. It's
Right.
it's like something that you would see, in Rome,
Well, I did that after, kind of like Raphael, in
Mm-hmm.
the Renaissance style. This painting, I used a lighter palette than the Spanish. I didn't go too dark, because you go with some of the deeper blacks in Spain. So.
and this is a tiny room, you're saying. So
It's a very small room. And I also designed a mirror that's about 4 feet high with columns on the side. I created with wood and dowels. And I cast pieces of wood putty and made column tops and bottoms. If you see this mirror, it's a Spanish colonial revival style, which is the style of the house.
Great.
So I went and I looked at the missions. I went to Santa Barbara Mission. There's a border that has a cobalt blue that's below the mural that kind of sets it off. So it's a chair rail. And then this border I copied from the Santa Barbara Mission, actually.
So you basically stole an idea.
You went up there and you had a lunch,
I
and then you looked at the mission.
Did a little wine
Stealing from the
tasting.
church.
Yes. No, well, actually, I didn't because I changed it a little bit. I had
You made
to.
it your own.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but I wanted
Nice
the
spin. Nice
authenticity.
spin.
Well,
And
the
then
church wasn't good enough.
the copyright's long gone.
No, I understand.
This new voice you're hearing, by the way, is our other guest, Paul Devine, and he is with Interior Divine, and he did the sleeping porch and the hallway and the staircase at the Pasadena Showcase House.
Good morning, good morning,
Hi,
good morning.
Paul.
Hi.
So were some of the colors that Philip used in this teeny tiny space also duplicated in your space? Is this all part of the house palette?
We're given a palette to work from. And of course, we all deviate. I mean, Philip, be honest. I mean, that's an artist palette. You have to draw from all sorts of colors. And with me, too. I mean, you have to kind of mix and play with it. But basically, the color in my room is not from the paint because I plastered and painted the walls white. It's from the artwork. It's the color from the artwork.
And that's what you specialize in,
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
framing of artwork. And one of the things you're going to see, Eric, and those of you listening, in Paul's space, it's so clever. It's almost like a montage layering effect of framed photos and illustrations.
Dimensional hanging. And I've been doing it for years. I never really thought anything much about it, but the public is just tripping over
stands out.
saying, wow, I never thought about hanging a piece of artwork on top of another piece of artwork.
And how do you do that? How do you secure it?
Ancient Chinese secret.
Oh, come
and
on.
if I had to divulge, then I would have to,
Oh, you can...
No, it started because I had this old Georgian house, built in the turn of the century. And in the better rooms, they had picture hanging rails. So you can still get them. They're kind of like S-hooks, basically, flattened down. And you hang the artwork off of chains or ribbons or something like that. So, moving the artwork around as much as I do, I thought, yeah, why not? So we started hanging artwork on top of artwork, building artwork so that it covered part of the artwork, but was a little bit more dimensional. And it's just done with, mounts on the back that kind of push the artwork forward.
It really is a clever
It's really a
trick.
great idea.
Yeah.
And I think that for anyone who has a collection of photos or pieces of art and you want to use many of them but don't want it to look cluttered, this is kind of a cool solution.
Especially like in a small apartment
Yeah.
and you can hang photos on top of
Isn't
photos.
that great, Eric? I mean, it's
Yeah, and I would imagine you met up with some opposition from traditional people who are like, you can't, the earth is flat. You can't put pictures that way.
But the weirdest thing is, this is as traditional as anything because they've been doing this since the Victorian time. I'm just kind of amping it up a little bit
love
more.
it.
I mean,
think it's
there's
great.
no new ideas out there. I'm sure somebody else has done this out there.
No, this
I've
is
just
the
done it
only
better.
new idea that
You
is
did
out
I've
there.
just done it better.
You
Yeah,
have
that's
done
right.
it. And is there a theme to all the types of art that you have in this collage?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, my gallery, I have one of the largest collections of antique prints and all sorts of different genres and subjects, everything from botanicals to antique maps. But in the room, there are these 3 built-in Murphy beds, which were part of the original structure. It was an old sleeping porch, so it would have been screened in. And, in these warm summer Pasadena days, people would lay outside in this screened-in porch and, could suffer through the summer. On those beds were 3 portraits of ship paintings. So I used that as a nautical theme, and because this is a kind of spillover room for guests and that sort of thing, they're traveling, so it was a traveler's idea. So everything
a lot of
in there,
ships, a lot
ships,
of
nautical, and
maps.
I stretched it, everything from like the ocean to Captain Cook's voyage maps, and everything
Love that.
from captain's portraits.
Now, is that your dad, that admiral?
No, everybody
looks like
asks.
you.
No, I found him in a thrift store. Isn't that awful?
I think you should tell everybody it's
Revival's
your dad.
thrift store. Yeah, I should. No, Revival's thrift store, honest to God. And I did a little restoration on it, and that's the original frame. But, I mean, obviously it didn't look that good. So we, took the old frame and then Japan blacked it, gessoed it up, and, waxed it up, made it look right.
Now, Philip, as an artist, and here he had to kind of restore a piece of art. Do you have some tips on that? I mean, if we go find a salvaged piece of art,
find a professional.
Yeah, find a professional.
Well,
yeah.
There's no easy
But
quick fix
if
to
it's
that.
the frame, because
If it's a frame, that's an easy thing.
You can try different little stains. You can take some of the stain varnish and kind of varnish over it, or touch up the gold and play around with paint.
Winsor Newton does have a good kind of shake bottle thing that you kind of scrub onto the paint.
For gold, you mean for gold leaf or something?
No. To clean like old nasty.
Now repeat that. What was that called?
Winsor Newton.
Windsor Newton.
They're paint company.
Yeah, paint company.
Yeah.
But there's a restorer that they have that is a milky white finish, and you put it on cotton balls, and you can clean the nicotine off of it.
Yeah.
But honest to God, I mean, if it's grandma's treasured possession, don't try it on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Especially not on the first thing.
Old art, you should really have it looked at because you could destroy it.
Really fast.
Yes.
So, yeah. But, if you want to get into that, find an old, garbagey thrift store painting and try it. I mean, maybe you have a gift to it. Maybe this is a newfound profession. Maybe I found a way for some wayward soul out there.
Look at you.
Thank you.
Saving
Us
souls.
and Winsor Newton.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk more with these delightful guys, Paul Devine and Philip Cohen, a couple of the many great designers that you will see at the Pasadena Showcase House, which is open, by the way, for the next several weeks. You can go to pasadenashowcase.org to buy tickets or call in and win them today. 5 of you will be winners. 888-539-2980, 888-539-2980. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, Home Wizards, continuing after this.